It's time to take 5 for safety. It's time for another episode of Let's Not Die Today on the Toolbox Talk Show Network.
Are you looking for an effective training program? Not sure where to start? 7TAP. Micro-learning made easy. Create courses in just minutes. Get 7 free safety classes to start your library. Check out all of our bonuses at toolboxtalkshow.com/training. Our topic today, hand placement and pinch points. Hand placement is important when working around machinery and equipment. Injuries due to being caught in a pinch point can be painful and permanent. Let's start with definitions. According to OSHA 1910.211D44, pinch point means any point other than the point of operation at which it is possible for a part of the body to be caught between the moving parts of a press or auxiliary equipment, or between moving and stationary parts of a press or auxiliary equipment, or between the material and moving part or parts of the press or auxiliary equipment. Or we could just say a pinch point is a point where a body part can get caught, resulting in amputations, cuts, or crushing injuries. Let's talk history. The Industrial Revolution kicked off an era of innovation and mechanization. Output levels of humans increased exponentially with the help of machines and equipment. But this newfound production also created the possibility of severe injuries. One of the early innovations was the conveyor belt. No one really knows who invented the conveyor belt. Regardless, it changed entire industries. Conveyor belts have been used to move all sorts of things, including grain, flour, coffee, and even sushi. Early conveyor systems were simple flat wooden beds with a belt running over them. They used hand cranks and pulleys. The belts were made of leather. Later, these leather belts would be replaced with canvas or rubber. Around 1790, the first conveyors appeared in the flour milling industry, as evidenced in Oliver Evans' original flour mill designs. Farmers used short-distance conveyor belts to move grain. Shipping ports used conveyors to move agricultural products onto ships. In 1804, the British Navy started using steam-powered conveyor belts for baking biscuits. This new technology would make feeding the world's largest navy far more efficient. Vulcanized rubber was invented in 1844 and made conveyor belts much more resistant to temperature changes. Thomas Robbins invented the heavy-duty conveyor belt in 1892 to carry coal and ore for Thomas Edison's company, the Edison Ore Milling Company. In 1900, his heavy-duty conveyor belt won prizes at the Paris, St. Louis, and the Pan American Expositions. After much success, Robbins formed the Robbins Conveyor Belt Company. It still exists today, and you know it as ThyssenKrupp. In 1907, a German coffee company had a conveyor system that could process 13,000 pounds of coffee a day. In 1913, Ford Motor Company was the first car manufacturer to use a conveyor system for their assembly line. Henry Ford said he got the idea after seeing how they improved efficiency and productivity in slaughterhouses. It would take 5 years to upgrade his factories. Before the upgrade, the Model T took around 12 hours to manufacture. But with his new assembly lines, it would take only about 90 minutes. Sometime in 1958, the first revolving sushi restaurant opened in Osaka. Using a conveyor, the owner was able to save on waitstaff and dramatically cut prices. Patrons simply grabbed what they wanted right off the line. Today, conveyor belts have been adapted for various uses across all sorts of industries, including automotive, manufacturing, food processing, bottling, canning, printing, paper goods, textiles, logistics, and warehousing. Let's talk statistics. In 2017, hand injuries accounted for more than 120,000 worker injuries. Cuts, lacerations, and punctures were 44% of those injuries. Crushes came in at 23%. Let's talk safety. Safety tip number 1, inspections. Inspect machinery and equipment before beginning work and identify any pinch points. Verify guards are in place and haven't been tampered with or removed. Safety tip number 2, guards and lockout tagout. Guards should never be removed unless you are making repairs that require you to remove a guard. Make sure you follow lockout tagout and the equipment is de-energized. Lastly, block equipment to protect against unintentional startup due to stored energy. Safety tip number 3, situational awareness. Pay attention. Injuries can happen when you are distracted. Be aware when any part of your body is near moving parts or parts that have the potential to move. Safety tip number 4, PPE. Be sure to wear the appropriate personal protective equipment for the task. The proper gloves could reduce injury severity if you are caught in the line of fire. Safety tip number 5, other types of injuries. Remember, it's not just the potential for hand injuries, but any part of your body that could get caught in a pinch point. Long hair and jewelry can be dangerous in the wrong situation. Wedding bands can be potentially hazardous by getting caught on equipment. Fortunately, many silicone-type wedding bands are available on the market today. Following these tips can save you from accidents, injuries, and even death. Thanks for listening to another episode of Let's Not Die Today. Remember our website, toolboxtalkshow.com. And don't forget to sign up for our mailing list where you'll get free PDF versions of all of our talks. If you love what we do, please tell your employer about us. We love you too. See you next time.